There's tremendous medicine to Barton Springs. It has 1,001 patterns revealing itself. My name is Omid Laridjani. I live in Austin, Texas. I've been here for 12 years. I've been in the States since '83. I had a full-time job at the School of Health Information Sciences, and I was living in Houston, and I just wasn't really fulfilled in my inside. My soul wasn't fulfilled for some reason. I was making good money, had education, everything. And I just came to Austin one time and I discovered how beautiful it was. It's like a crystal. It has many gifts that people don't know about.
How's that?
My early visions of attending Barton Springs was pretty blissful and pretty silent because I was entering a very, very sacred place for my life. I soon discovered that when people come close to water, they open up themselves and they allow themselves to be strong in their vulnerabilities. And once I jumped in that water, I couldn't believe it. I felt like I was refreshed. No matter what was in my mind, no matter what I was thinking about, completely dissipated immediately as soon as I jumped in, just like rebooting of my system. But Barton Springs is my first home because where I'm from in the Middle East, we say that the eyes are connected to the springs and the springs are actually the eyes of the land. Barton Springs for me is an elder with really clear eyes because that eye has been open for a long time and flowing, clean, reflecting the stars, moon, the sky, people. It's seen a lot. It points directions to me. It's my school, my university, my hospital, and I go there year-round. There's many patterns waiting to show you every value that I mentioned. After a little while of living here, I was given this instrument called didgeridoo, which really allowed me to self-express. And I fell in love with it, and I found the love of the sound was so amazing and so magnetic that it took me to the source. So I went to Northern Territory, Arnhem Land, Australia, where this instrument didgeridoo is from. They're still so connected to the land because the elders singing have to be connected still to their day, to the patterns. In fact, their art describes the land, and it's a way to have store information in the heart mind, which is different than the mind, because like the east wind comes, has a specific rhythm, different than west, the heart has rhythm too. Creativity is a language of the creation story. You know, it is quite scientific because science is learning the patterns and relationships of the patterns of the natural world, but it's done through the telescopes of your heart. The tools are right here. I discovered that his story is a male written story about what things happen. Her story is written in the leaves. Her story is written in the dirt. Her story is written in the springs. That's a very ancient, old book, The Land. In Australia, I asked them in ceremony, I've learned your dancing, your didgeridoos, but when do I get to learn your art? My Aboriginal aunt, who's an amazing elder painter, she says, just be open to it. So on my way back, I started doing little art of the springs, and I came back and it started growing, and I noticed that it was medicine for me. This drawing was an experience, an adventure to walk through the visionary path of the water coming out from the bottom of the limestone, separating, uniting with light shining through, and then making rings on the surface. When I got to the very top, it really made me cry because it's just so beautiful looking into the window of the land, you know, of water. Those rings also are like the tears, you know, coming for the water of gratitude. And also, just like rain, the way rain falls makes rings as well. And the rings are just like people united on the surface too. So many symbolisms can come through. Art teaches your eyes to see. It's the eye language. Music is the ear language to the land because it's vibration. The dancing is both together, uniting the school of thought of creativity. If you pay attention to rhythm of patterns of nature, of your local land, you'll get freedom. The springs keeps life alive, dancing, and innovations of all schools of thought, if we open the eye to it, can spring open from left to right. And that's why it's so important and sacred to my book.